Episode 144
Samantha's
to
realization of her dire
145.
situation struck her like a heavy blow, leaving her with a sense of despair and hopelessness.
Dad, Damon is too arrogant. This matter is not settled. He won't let us go so easily.
Are you unhappy?
Wallace's inquiry was met with a solemn nod from Samantha, her eyes empty of hope as she struggled to come to terms with their predicament.
Even if you are unhappy, you have to hold it back.
Samantha's admission of defeat only deepened the gravity of their situation, her voice barely above a whisper as she acknowledged Damon's overwhelming power.
Hurry up and deal with it. Don't offend the Hemsworth family.
Wallace's stern directive underscored the urgency of their circumstances, his words a stark reminder of the consequences of defying Damon and his influential family. As Wallace departed, leaving Samantha to grapple with her despair, she found herself drawn to the charred remains of their family home, a symbol of their downfall.
I just feel that their means are not very good, so I should deal with it as soon as possible.
Samantha's justification fell flat in the face of their devastating losses, her voice tinged with regret as she reflected on her own misguided actions.
Hurry up and deal with it. Don't offend the Hemsworth family.
Wallace's weary admonition echoed in Samantha's ears, his disappointment palpable as he implored her to salvage what little remained of their dignity. Left alone with her thoughts, Samantha's grief and indignation reached a breaking point, driving her to a drastic decision born out of desperation. With trembling hands, Samantha prepared to end her suffering, the weight of Damon's blackmail and the looming threat of the Steel Trio pushing her to the brink of despair. As Samantha's life hung in the balance, she left behind a final message, a plea for mercy and forgiveness, addressed to the one person who could offer solace in her final moments. Meanwhile, in the Hamilton family's hall, a man in a black coat received Samantha's message, his curiosity piqued by its contents.
What's the situation of the Aldo family now?
Sir, you know it already? The Aldo's house was burned by a big fire today.
Who burned it?
The man's inquiry hinted at a deeper understanding of the tangled web of intrigue surrounding the Aldo family's demise, setting the stage for a confrontation fraught with danger and uncertainty. In the midst of confusion and tension, the man in the black coat remained determined to confront the source of the Aldo family's downfall.
A man named Damon.
When does Andover Province have such a person?
The butler's incredulity mirrored the man's own disbelief at the audacity of Damon's actions.
It seems that he's from the Hemsworth family.
The Hemsworth family?
The mention of the powerful Hemsworth family sparked a flicker of recognition in the man's eyes, igniting a resolve to seek justice for the Aldo family.
Get everything ready to go to the Hemsworth family with me.
Are you going to take care of this matter, sir?
Miss Emerson, please wait a little longer. Mr. Hemsworth will be here soon.
Thomas's reassurance did little to assuage Joyce's impatience, her resolve unwavering as she prepared to depart.
I don't care if he comes or not.
Joyce's indifference belied her underlying frustration, her resolve unwavering as she prepared to depart. As Joyce made her exit, she collided with Damon, her glasses tumbling to the ground in the commotion.
Why don't you take a closer look?
No, I'll faint.
You.
Joyce's frustration simmered as Damon's flippant response fueled her anger.
All the men are indeed the same.
I agree with you, but I didn't expect that all women are not the same size.
You.
Damon's comment only served to escalate the tension, pushing Joyce to her breaking point.
My lord, what are you doing?
Thomas's arrival brought a sense of urgency to the situation, his concern evident as he attempted to defuse the confrontation.
My lord, what are you doing?
Thomas's voice carried a note of urgency, his eyes darting between Damon and Joyce as he struggled to comprehend the situation unfolding before him.
He is Damon.
His question hung in the air, unanswered as Joyce's silence spoke volumes, her steely gaze fixed on Damon with a mixture of contempt and determination. Joyce's silence was deafening, a stark contrast to the chaos swirling around them as she sized Damon up with a look that could kill.
Who is this busty-ass woman?
Damon's crude remark pierced the tension, eliciting a deadly glare from Joyce as she bristled at his disrespect.
Watch your language.
Joyce's retaliation was a prelude to the storm brewing within her, her fury palpable as she prepared to address Damon's transgressions with unwavering resolve.
Since you're here, let's talk about your violation of the rules on this matter.
I didn't expect that the hearts and chests are not proportional.
Damon's flippant response only served to further incense Joyce, her patience wearing thin as she prepared to confront him head-on.
What do you mean?
Joyce's voice was sharp, her tone laced with indignation as she challenged Damon to explain himself.
It's not up to you to say it.
Damon's dismissive retort hung in the air, a stark reminder of his arrogance in the face of Joyce's authority.
It's not up to you to decide what constitutes a violation of the rules.
Joyce's words were a declaration of intent, her resolve unwavering as she prepared to hold Damon accountable for his actions. As tensions reached a boiling point, a car pulled up outside the Seasons Hotel, signaling the arrival of a new player in the unfolding drama. With each passing moment, the stakes grew higher, setting the stage for a confrontation that would change everything. Joyce's shock was evident as she processed Theodore's unexpected defense of Damon, her mind racing to make sense of his sudden allegiance.
I can prove that he really didn't violate the rules.
Theodore's bold declaration cut through the tension, his voice unwavering as he challenged Joyce's authority.
Really?
Joyce's skepticism was palpable as she fixed Theodore with a piercing gaze, her demeanor betraying her disbelief at his sudden intervention.
Don't try to challenge the family. I know better than you that you burned the Aldo family. This matter has already constituted a major violation of law, and it can even take away your inheritance.
Damon's tremble went unnoticed by Joyce, her focus solely on Theodore as she sought to discern his true intentions.
No, he did not violate the rules.
Theodore's assertion was met with a mix of shock and incredulity from Joyce, her mind struggling to reconcile Theodore's defense of Damon with her own perceptions of him.
Mountain fire, do you think I will believe it?
Joyce's skepticism hung heavy in the air, her disbelief evident as she challenged Theodore's explanation.
Believe it or not, that's the truth.
Theodore's indifference only fueled Joyce's frustration as she watched him depart, his departure leaving her with more questions than answers. Despite her doubts, Joyce couldn't shake the feeling that Theodore's actions held deeper implications for the Serafino family's future.
By the way, I gave up the inheritance of the Serafino family.
Theodore's bombshell revelation left Joyce reeling, her shock evident as she struggled to comprehend the gravity of his decision.
What did you do to him?
Joyce's accusation was met with indifference from Damon, his response only serving to deepen her suspicions.
What can I say to him? He just suddenly realized that the world is so big, and he wanted to explore the world. What does it have to do with me?
Damon's nonchalant demeanor belied the complexity of the situation, leaving Joyce to ponder the implications of Theodore's sudden departure and Damon's enigmatic presence in Andover province. Joyce's frustration simmered as Damon's flippant remarks only served to stoke her anger.
Don't think that I can't find out. No one can fool around in my territory.
Busty, don't be angry. I'm already dizzy. If you keep swaying, I would be dizzier.
Damon's casual dismissal only fueled Joyce's ire, her patience wearing thin as she demanded respect.
No, I'm not busty. You better pay me some respect.
Then you should respect me a little too. Stop shaking your breasts, okay?
Damon's crude remark elicited a sharp retort from Joyce, her frustration reaching a boiling point as she vowed to uncover the truth.
This matter is not settled yet. Wait and see. I will find out about this matter. When I figure it out, it will be the day when you get out of the Serafino family.
With her resolve firm, Joyce stormed out, leaving Thomas to contemplate the consequences of Damon's actions.
Sir, Joyce really can't be offended.
It doesn't matter. The family assistant wants to clean up the black sheep in the family. As long as I'm strong enough, Joyce can only bow to me.
Damon's confidence belied the gravity of Joyce's threat, leaving Thomas speechless in the face of his arrogance. Meanwhile, Damon's departure from Andover province left a ripple of uncertainty in his wake. his actions triggering a chain of events that would shape the future of those around him. Back in Hillwood, Damon's absence was keenly felt by Naomi, who found herself embroiled in Theodore's sudden downfall.
Theodore plummeted in Andover province almost at a visible speed. Then, in the next few days, he seemed to have disappeared from the world.
Naomi's concern for Theodore's well-being was tinged with suspicion, her mind racing to unravel the mystery behind his abrupt disappearance. Meanwhile, Damon's return to Hillwood brought him to Tiffany's bedside, where he was met with a surprising gesture of kindness from an unexpected source.
Mrs. Vandergeld? What is this?
These are all brought here by Abigail.
Damon's disbelief was evident as Faith revealed Abigail's unexpected act of generosity, her gesture serving as a reminder of the bonds forged in times of adversity.
By the way, today there's a guy named Theodore who came. He brought a group of famous experts from the Andover province and said that he would definitely cure Tiffany.
Faith's excitement was palpable as she shared news of Theodore's arrival, his promise of a cure bringing hope to Tiffany's bedside. Damon's concern for Abigail was evident as he rushed to her side, his voice laced with worry.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. I fell down.
Abigail's response was curt, her attempt to dismiss Damon's concern falling short as he pressed her for the truth.
Tell me the truth. What's wrong with you? I don't like women who don't obey my orders.
Damon's tone was firm, his demand for honesty reflecting his determination to get to the bottom of Abigail's distress.
I got into a little accident. It's nothing serious.
Abigail's admission was hesitant, her attempt to downplay the severity of her injuries betraying her discomfort.
Show me your face.
Damon's command was unwavering, his insistence on seeing Abigail's injuries revealing his concern for her well-being. As Abigail reluctantly complied, Damon's gaze fell upon the scratch on her face, his expression darkening with concern.
You need to be more careful. Let me take you home.
Damon's offer of assistance was met with hesitation from Abigail, her reluctance to accept his help evident in her demeanor.
No, I can manage on my own. Thank you.
Abigail's refusal to accept Damon's help only fueled his determination to protect her, his concern for her safety overriding any objections she may have had.
I insist. Come on, let's go.
With Damon's insistence, Abigail relented, allowing him to escort her home as they navigated the complexities of their evolving relationship. But little did they know, their encounter would set off a chain of events that would challenge their understanding of loyalty and trust, plunging them into a world of uncertainty and danger.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content. Click the notification bell so you never miss an update.